So it's been a while. Are you ready to hear some spooky stories of Avalin Cottage? Well, let's set the mood. What about now? Is this better? So I have been promising you this video for weeks now. Okay, so I am taking this time because, we are in spooky season. I don't really celebrate, spooky season, and there are reasons for that. I especially don't do it here because I have enough problems. I don't want to attract anything else. So, that being said, I am doing this just because it's this time of year and because you asked. So, let's dive in. This was crazy, and it's happened several times now. On September 22nd, I had laid my glasses on the coffee table. And let me just tell you, I have a witness for this story, because if I didn't, you would think it was just a mind trick. Had a pair of glasses just like this, and I had laid them on the coffee table in front of me in my bedroom. And I went to go, get coffee. I came back and they were gone. So the first thing I think is, there's the puppy. The puppy, Mina got him. So I look high and low. I don't see any evidence. I had a friend with me, and he helped me look all through the couch, under the bed, and everywhere we could possibly look. And they were just nowhere. And so I remembered I had another pair in the car, because these are just cheap reading glasses. Yeah, I don't I don't spend a lot on my glasses. So I went out, got the other pair of glasses, came back in, sat down in the same place, and looked up, and there were my glasses on the coffee table. And he had not even been in the room. He came back in and he said, "You found your glasses." I said, "I've got two pairs of glasses. Like, they just reappeared." So I have a witness to that one. Houses don't eat. Why would they? But I think mine does. We were having what I call baseball supper. It's hot dogs and nachos. And so I had fixed a pack of hot dogs and a tub of melted cheese. And one of my sons has already left, and the other one didn't want any. So my daughter and I sat down at the table, and we were eating. Now, I know you don't know the layout of my house, but there's a straight view of the dining room into the kitchen where the stuff was at. So she and I ate, and, no big deal. Nothing happened. And so I went back into the kitchen to start putting things up for when somebody else got hungry, and I noticed the whole tub of cheese was gone. Like, there were no pets in there. Nothing spilled. And I was like, where did the whole thing of the melted cheese go? Kind of weird. And then, a little bit later, the hot dogs disappeared. Kind of a longer story, but it kind of is a theme now. So fast forward to October 1st, I had some raw mushrooms, a whole thing of it in the refrigerator. And, most of the kids are not really mushroom eaters, but me and my daughter are. And so I had let them stay in there a day or two, and I went to make something with them, and they were completely gone. So I'm asking everybody, okay, who ate the mushrooms? Why would you eat raw mushrooms? Did you fix the mushrooms? What happened to the mushrooms? And they were gone as well. Nobody ate them. Okay, I've got some more coming up on that. So fast forward to October 25th, and I told my daughter, I said, Bunny, things have been really, really quiet lately. Unusually quiet. So all this laughing you hear in the background, that's my son. Just try to ignore it. Did you hear that? Whatever. Things had been really unusually quiet at the house. Like nothing going on for a couple of weeks, which was at that time unusual. It's almost like the house heard me and said, "Game on." We were actually in the car getting close to pulling up to the house when I said that, and as soon as we got into the house, I have this big, heavy lion statue that is on the top of one of my wardrobe thingies in my bedroom, and it wasn't close to the edge. I mean, it was placed in the center because this is very precious to me. I get home and it's on the floor. It's like got pieces, just pieces broken, but it was really weird because there were no animals in the room. That statue doesn't move. Later on that same evening, I was in my bedroom, and when I ever get it finished, I'll show you. It's kind of a suite. I've got a living room and a bed in there. So I'm sitting there looking at the edge of the couch, and I see this. Couldn't tell if it was a dog or a cat, but I see this black animal peek its head around the side, or what I thought was an animal. And so I jump up to see what it is. It's not there. So I sat back down on my sofa, and I can see outside into the yard from there, from the glass doors, and I see a guy out there, and he is wearing a red and white striped shirt. I mean, I promise you, it kind of reminds me of, like, Where's Waldo? It's kind of weird, except he wasn't wearing a cap. He had like floppy brown hair, and he was walking toward the garage, and I thought, who is this? And so I get up to flip the light on and look out the door. Nobody there. It is not a real person. So 2 nights later, I had this really weird experience. Like, when you have a dream and it's not really a dream, but you wake up and you realize it was just too real. I was dreaming that I was somewhere in the supernatural, and like there was a veil in between me and the next world, the supernatural, the spooky, or the whatever. And in my dream, this veil was like, it was almost like rubber, because I could push my hand against it and it would like bend, kind of like a very thick balloon, something that you push against. But I could see, in my dream, I could see my fingers making the imprint into this veil. And all of a sudden, I pushed hard enough that my hand just popped right through there. And I was like startled. And as soon as it did, I felt this cold hand grab mine just like this and pulled my arm. And because it was jerking me, I woke up. And I realized, I don't think that was a dream. Now, I haven't had anything like that happen since, but that was really freaky. And it stayed with me a few days, like wondering what's there in my room. A couple of things that are reoccurring are the woman screaming, people fighting. Sometimes, my daughter hears me screaming, or she thinks it's me. She thinks I'm hurt, and she comes running down the stairs and bursts into my room and insists that it's me that's screaming in pain, and it's not. So things that happen all the time, along with my glasses, along with food, things just disappear. And unlike Josiah's keys, they don't come back. I think I'm now on my 4th broom. November 27th, I am shooting a fall decorating video, getting ready for Christmas, and I'm pulling things out of the closet. If you're one of the followers of my channel, like for this whole past year, you probably remember that video, and I think I just called it Decorating with a Ghost, because all of a sudden these orbs appear. And what was weird is that I was holding my phone camera up, and I was looking at the same view with my eyes Of course, I was looking with my eyes. What do y'all look with? Anyway, I could see the double view of the in real life and through the camera lens. It was so weird because I saw the orb go by on the camera as I was looking at the wall at the same time and didn't see it. So I knew I had picked up something right away. Well, then I started editing and I saw another one. You can find that video, like I said, decorating with a ghost. All right, so December 3rd, I am at my most vulnerable on the commode. There's no way to say that. And anyway, it was morning, and the cabinet doors that I painted are they're very old, and they have a latch. I don't know, it's some kind of metal latch that it kind of goes like this, and then there's a metal piece that slides in the center, and like it doesn't come open. Like I have to pull on that door to get it to open. It's once it's there, and it's not like it can be almost closed, because if it is almost closed, it just opens all the way up. I mean, it slowly, you can't even close it. So I'm sitting there, and right in front of me, I hear the latch pop, and that door comes flying open. That is not when you want to see a ghost, or maybe it is, because if you wet your pants, you don't really wet your pants. So, but yeah, it's like, come on, boundaries. This hasn't happened in a while, but it happened there almost weekly, of somebody banging on the front door. And you've seen the video before where I talk about that. It's happened multiple times, banging on the house, banging on the door, and as soon as you get out there, nobody. The same disappearing with the glasses happened with Christmas hooks. I mean, it's the stupidest things, which is what I don't understand. Like, if you're gonna be a ghost stealing stuff, I mean, you would think, I don't know. So I was decorating, I was putting, I was trying to decorate the trees. I have 2 or 3 trees, and I have all this stuff everywhere, and I had the green Christmas tree hooks out, had them on the little bar in the study, and I was using them. They were all like hooked together. They were all a big mess. You know how they get. All of a sudden, they're not there. Like, just gone. So I'm looking on the floor, I'm looking everywhere, I'm asking, because, of course I accuse the kids of taking stupid things that they wouldn't want, but, whatever. You're trying to make a logical connection here. So anyway, again, I give up, and I'm like, well, I happen to know where there's some more Christmas hooks. So I went and got the hooks out of the closet and came back to the bar and was decorating the tree, and lo and behold, in a few minutes, there were now 2 sets of hooks. The first ones that disappeared and the second ones. So I don't know, it's like a trickster in here. This was kind of weird though. I lost an hour of time. Like, I don't know what happened. It was broad daylight, so I tend to think I was not abducted by aliens. But you know how you have a morning routine? Well, I have a certain time frame. I get dressed very quickly. I do my makeup very quickly. And so I have about a 15-minute window that I will actually put my makeup on. And so what I do is I'll be watching a YouTube video on my TV, and I will pick it up on my iPhone at the same place, and I will just take it to the bathroom with me, and I'm usually listening to something either inspirational or learning something, whatever. But I usually make sure that I pick a video that's about 15 minutes or so in length, so that I keep on track with how long I'm in there. So I go to the bathroom, and I get done with a video. I am very precise with time in the morning, and so I know what time I left. I come back after my video gets done playing. I walk back into the bedroom, and there is a different video back on that TV. And not only that, it's like an hour into that video. And I'm thinking, how did that happen? And I just thought it was a TV glitch. And then I looked at the time. I had lost an hour. Like, I don't even know. I'm playing a video of 15 minutes, but yet an hour is missing. It's just weird. It was weird. So yeah, I was late to work. And how are you supposed to explain that to your boss? I mean, come on. Now, this was a little disturbing. Um, like if nothing else was. It was the day after Christmas, and I was sitting again on my sofa in my room, and I saw this black figure, like, just kind of stand up. I mean, it was so fast, but it was like somebody was crouched down and then standing up, and I got the feeling that it was male. And so I got up to go around the side of the couch just to make sure that there was not a person in my room, even though my doors were locked. And yeah, nothing. So I'm standing there, and I can't even remember. I think I said something to it because I'm just, I'm sick of this mess. And over in the corner by my letterbox on the wall, as soon as the black thing goes away and I say something to it, I see this gray, smoky thing floating by the letterbox. I mean, this is with my own eyeballs, not somebody else's. But no, I mean, like, with the naked eye is what I really meant to say. And the smoky thing looked kind of like a hand. So yeah, I don't know what that was. I usually, to be honest with you, I don't usually sense things in my bedroom, and I am very sensitive. So, I sleep in there. I took that room on purpose because that is the room where people have died. And I did not want my kids exposed to anything any weirdness. Like it's just in the bedroom. I don't know what I was thinking. Between Christmas and New Year's, I had some friends of mine come over for dinner. And I mean, this isn't a big thing. This is just like the missing food thing. So I had made dinner, but I didn't have time to make dessert. So I had bought these little pecan tarts. In the package, there are 16 of them. And so I had them out on display. And I think they each had like one or two, no more than that. So there was still a plate full. Now we stayed downstairs the whole time. I might have went into another room, but everything is very open. Like there's no doors in the places that we were. So anybody that had come downstairs, I would have heard or seen them. Anyway, they left, and I went back into the dining room again. Right there, the dining room is right as you come in the door. And I went to go get the plate of tarts to put them up, cover them back up, and they were gone. All of them. And first I thought, man, they really did like those tarts. Then I thought, wait a second, I like, what do you ask somebody? Did you shove those in your purse? I mean, when I wasn't looking, like, what? I don't know, and it's fine. It's fine if you take all the tarts. They were for you, they were for you. So that's okay. But, yeah. So I tried to politely ask. I don't know how you politely ask somebody that, but I was, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care. I just need to know. Yeah, they didn't eat the tarts. The tarts are missing. The house eats the tarts. So apparently the house likes melted cheese. She likes tarts, and she also likes mushrooms. So, go figure. Oh, and she also likes sushi, but that's another story. Kind of the same thing. It was quiet there for a while. Nothing going on until March. My daughter's dog is an inside dog. Like he's a big dog, but he really doesn't go outside. So, he likes to come back in. It's like inside is his safe, happy place. So it's at nighttime, and she takes him out. Routine, going out to the bathroom, stroll. And all of a sudden, he won't come back in. Like he throws a fit and he's shaking and he's barking and he's pulling and he pulls his collar off and runs because he will not come back in the house, which is kind of, you think, well, maybe he just is headstrong and he wants to be outside. So finally, we get him back in the house. Well, once he gets in the house, it's not any better, and he has a fit. He won't go up the stairs to the room that he stays with her in her room upstairs. He refuses to go up the stairs. As a matter of fact, he breaks loose again and he runs into the parlor and gets under the couch all the way against the wall, and he will not come out. Now, this is really bizarre. So, yeah. So finally, we coax him out and try to coax him up the stairs, like with food, with bones, with everything. He will not go up the stairs. At the time, my daughter had broken a window out of her bedroom right there by the bed. And so we literally had cardboard over it until the people could come to replace it, like come and take it out. It was going to be a house call. So we're just trying to keep it, that wind from blowing in. So anyway, that was going on while we're trying to get Stevie, the dog, up the stairs. Finally, we half drag him, half coax him. This is taking a while. This is taking 15 or 20 minutes to get the dog in the house and up the stairs, out from under the couch, up the stairs. So as soon as he realizes he has no choice and he has to go in the room, he proceeds to try to jump out the window, like he's knocking the cardboard out. And it's 2 stories, like he's gonna die. And so she's terrified. I'm terrified. I don't know what to think. So I brought him down into my room, and as soon as, I locked him in my room with me, he was fine. He just settled down and went to sleep. So, that was really weird. So this is a longer video than I thought. Maybe I should have caught y'all up sooner. Okay, only two more major things are going on. One was on June 20th. I sleep with a sound machine or rain or storms or something. Just, I don't know. I have to have some kind of noise. So I woke up in the middle of the night and everything's dead silent. Well, I realized the power had gone out. Okay, no big problem. But I'm waiting for the power to come back on, and I'm checking. Yeah, it's not just the TV, it's everywhere. There's no street lights, anything. And all of a sudden, I hear the cuckoo clock going off. And I thought, that's weird, because the cuckoo clock is not hooked up. It's actually laying on the counter. And it started happening like about every 60 seconds, it would just cuckoo. Now, this is not an electric clock, people. It is a antique, wind-up, authentic German cuckoo clock. And it only works by winding it. And it's broken, okay? It doesn't work. I've only seen it cuckoo one time when I managed to just set it just right. I do know it can work if you can get it wound, but it's not wound. And so I kept hearing this cuckoo. Finally, the power comes back on, and the clock is still going off. And I'm like, what the heck? So I walk in the kitchen, like I'm really kind of scared, because I'm thinking, if that little bird comes out of that house and goes cuckoo while I'm standing there, like, I'm gonna wet my pants. I'm not even kidding. Anyway, it was quiet while I was in the kitchen, and then I go back to the bedroom, and this went on for about 20 minutes. Just cuckoo. And that's kind of how I felt. Was I going cuckoo? Anyway, it was just so bizarre. There's no way it could work. And then when it stopped, it stopped. Never happened again. On July 29th, I came home from work. Well, I have the mannequin in my bathroom, the much debated and sometimes hated by people mannequin that I loved. And I know it was there when I was doing my makeup, and because I'm like 2 feet away from it. I get back home, I come in to use the bathroom, and the first thing I notice is that it's gone. Well, my thought is one of my kids have decided to do a TikTok video or something crazy, and they have got my mannequin, which has a nice dress and one of my favorite pins on it. Well, so I go to everybody's room and I'm asking them, hey, what did you do with the mannequin? I'm not even asking, did you take it? What did you do with it? Where is it? Put it back. Nobody has it. So I didn't believe them, searched their rooms, looked under everything, looked in closets, have looked everywhere. It was actually a dress form, not a mannequin. Still, to this day, has not been found. Literally about 2 or 3 days later, my daughter said she woke up around 4 o'clock in the morning to take the dog out. And while she was laying there, she heard somebody whisper her name, like from behind her head. And she said she was terrified to turn around, and she just sat there. She didn't answer. And I asked her, I said, did it sound like a male or a female? Like, could you tell? And she said, yeah, it sounded like a female. But what was weird is that they called her by her given name, which is not what she goes by. So that was really weird. That was a lot of information. In the next video, I'm going to show you some of the things that I have caught on camera. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.